Hi there. Quite a lot of people have asked us for the music for a song called Left Bank 2. It's actually the theme from Vision On and Take Heart from the 80s, the drawing and art program for children. Well, we've managed to work out the chords and the way it goes from using YouTube. What we've done, I've gone onto YouTube, I do this quite often, and I search for the song, in this case Left Bank 2, and we can play it and we can listen to how it sounds in our YouTube on our app, on an iPad or maybe on a computer, and we can play back the song to see how it sounds and what voices they've used, and I've tried to interpret that myself now to play it. So I've loaded the song onto YouTube. Let's have a listen to how it sounds before I play my version of it. The vibraphone's got loads of vibrato and there's loads of sustain built into it, so it's a bit wobbly, isn't it? And in the background you can hear the brushes of the drums, and you can also hear the jazz guitar strumming around in the background. So 1964, first published by the Noveltones. Okay, I'm going to stop that there now. So let's try and do my version of it, and I'll show you how I've worked it out, okay? So we'll start off with the vibraphone. Now the vibraphone, having a section, and I've tweaked my vibraphone to suit the sound of the vibraphone that's used on the original track. So if I go into the vibraphone sound, this is the original vibraphone sound here. But it's actually quite a sort of dull, flat sound, isn't it? There's no sustain to it, and it's quite, doesn't wobble as much as the one on the track. So what we're going to do, we're going to add some effects to that sound. If we go into voice set, we've got some things we can change to tweak our sound. Now the sound tab, third one across, is going to give me some things I can change. I want it a little bit brighter, so I'm going to go to bright, put that up, and just add a little bit of brightness to it. I'm going to go to release, and I'm going to make it ring on a lot longer. This is like a sustain. So if I come on, bring that up higher, that's better. And then I can also add some depth to that vibrato so that it wobbles and I get the same sort of effect. So if I go to 12, it sounds loads, but it's very similar to the album. And then we go to the speed, add a bit more speed so it wobbles faster. Okay, so we've got that set up. I've got the vibrato set up and the echo, the sustain. Let's see what it sounds like. That's better, isn't it? So we've got the sound better now. Now in my left hand, I want to use a jazz guitar strumming. So we go to our left hand section and we'll choose our smooth jazz guitar, which is in the electric guitar section. Okay, so we've got that chosen. And so now I've got my vibraphone, I've got my trad jazz piano backing, but what I've done in there, I've gone into the style and I've gone in and made my own version of it. I've gone to the creator, into the style creator here, and I've actually gone in, I've re-recorded the drum part with a few more brushes so we get the better drum sounds coming through. And my left hand jazz guitar, when you first choose the jazz guitar, it gives you quite a low muddy sound. Let me show you. If I go into my left hand sound here, my jazz guitar, and if I go into again the voice creator, let's go down to voice set, and in the first one, common, I can make that left hand guitar sound from lower, which is a bit muddy, a little bit higher pitched. So my strumming gives me a much better realistic sound for that guitar in the background. So we've done our main vibraphone sound. I'm actually going to mix two together here. I'm going to put two vibraphones in the second section. I've got the another vibraphone there, so I've got two vibes. In the left hand I've got my jazz guitar. Okay, and then what I've done is I've got the rhythm set to trad jazz piano, but I'm using my changed version. I've called it trad piano jazz 5 in my user section. Now all these sounds, I've put them onto a memory stick and I've saved them, so that means I can put them into my computer, and if you want to email me, I can email that setup for you to put on a memory stick and load into your own Tyros. I've also saved the song. I've taken a screenshot of the way it looks, so I can send you the music that I've played, my interpretation of the Noveltones track, and you can have a copy of the music to try to play along with it too, so you can play what I'm playing. So let's have a go at what it sounds like. I've got my sounds all chosen. I'm going to put my drum section on, and I'm going to start off with intro number 1. Great, well done. So that's quite close to the original from the YouTube channel, the Noveltones version. So if you want to have the sheets, let me email you a Word document which has got all the things that I've changed on the sound, so you can have a go at trying to do that yourself. But also, if you want to just use my version of the setup, we can put it onto a file that we email to you, and we can send you that version, and you can load it into your Tyros. We can put the instructions in there for you too, how to load it in, and that will give you the sound that I've used, exactly the same setting for a Tyros 5, and I'll do it for a Tyros 4 too, so you can use the same sounds and play it through your instrument. I hope you found that interesting and useful. Tyros tips, because we care.